Hello there, welcome back to the Ottomans. So, I'm currently in a little bit of a squabble on what to do next. I am considering... Well, first of all, we're going to get a ton of rebels, but I'm definitely considering going after the Mamluks and making Syria my sixth vassal here. It's definitely a possibility. The fifth vassal is probably going to be Aragon. Don't really see anything else here, just basically cleaning everything up here. Venice could be a potential, well, vassalization target later, with Byzantium as well. But for now, I think we're just going to go ahead here and declare war on the Mamluks. We have better troops by, I believe, 2 units of better troops. Aragon just left. We're going to go for taking Aleppo here. It's going to definitely be the easiest thing. All we have to basically siege Aleppo, and I don't really see that how that could actually become a problem at all. Also, the fact is that the Mamluks are currently at war with the Magyar, so we should be fairly safe in this fight. They do have, well, to some extent, superiority on sea, but we should be able to win this. We'll simply have to see how it goes. So, once again, I don't really expect too much of a battle, but who knows? There we have them. Quite a big army too. But yeah, they're being slaughtered by a numerically inferior army, so this should definitely be... Yeah, we are going to probably win this war very easily. I should probably, however, get my general down there since I'm not using him up here. We have Abdulmesik. No idea how to actually pronounce that, sorry. 644. So he should probably be a little bit helpful here. We're going to retreat this one into safe, or a safe territory. I'm going to get him in charge of it. So as you can see, that we already have gotten the rebel sentiment. So we're going to have some problems with overextension for a little while to come. But hopefully we'll be fine. We'll simply have to see how it goes. So, with that said, all I will do now is basically fight them, and we'll probably make something work later on. There's a, well, this is actually a pretty big army, so we're probably going to lose both Ceuta and Rio de Oro. We'll have to see how this war goes. We should be able to win it, but who knows. So, I can apparently convert Hagia Sophia into a mosque. Byzantine Emperor Justinian I built Hagia Sophia in 532, choosing Isidore of Miletus and Anthemius of Tralles to be the architects. The church was built with Hellenistic columns from the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus, large stones from quarries in Porphyry from Egypt, green marble from Thessaly, black stone from the Bosporus region, and yellow stone from Syria. That a Christian church is still in use does not please the people, who wish it to be transformed into a mosque. It is also in dire need of renovation and should be repaired before it's made into a mosque. Repaired and transform it. As you see here, I gained 10 piety, I gained 10 prestige, and I gained 37 religious regiment in Constantinople, which I to some extent can live with. We're also crushing the Mamluk army here. I'm very tempted to actually march this army over here to try and crush, well, the other armies as well, which is a potential thing I'll actually do here. I'll also join up these two armies and go and crush the religious revolt with them. The fact that I'm overextended and have a religious 37,000 religious revolt could potentially be bad, but I'm kind of gambling here that I'll be able to sort it out. And with this, the Mamluk army is no more, most likely. France entered into military coalition again, so it doesn't really make sense for them to enter now, but hell, whatever floats your boat. And, well, what else? I think we are going to win this war fairly easily. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on hunting down the enemy armies, and we should be able to get the result we want here. Austria has added quite a big army, Naples have sent quite a big army, so I don't really see or think there'll be too many problems. Algiers, military tech, and Morocco's are even lower than the Mamluks, so this should be, as I said, a fairly easy victory here. I'll also try and probably take the admin tech level here, since, well, the increase of time is starting to get rather high, and the next idea set is probably just right for choosing, so we'll just go for it. Constitutional ideas. And also another group of ideas, and I can now make a constitutional republic, which I don't think we will. So the idea group. I'm very tempted to take, as you know, another, well, diplomat here, and I think I'll actually do that. Reason is simple. That extra diplomat is probably going to be very helpful, especially if I do run with six vassals. That means I can annex everyone at once, and just make things work with that. So yeah, we're definitely going to do that. We're also going to fabricate a claim on 2, as I can take Cremona and Matua next war, or the next time we fight the not the Mamluks, but Milan. I was about to call them Lombardy, since I couldn't actually remember. Kind of want this army gone. not a big army, but I want a gun. Yeah, I will use this. I'll use that army once we actually... For now, we'll march to Soda and destroy that army. And I'll just continue down south here. I'll probably fight some more in the north in a little while, but not right now. So I'll join up these two armies and then we'll use them to destroy the army in Constantinople. We'll see how it goes. Just to give you a little bit of an insight here on how strong our army compared to our opponents, we crushed this army with 1500 in losses. I'm pretty sure we can do that to the other one too. That marks the victory, more or less, and I just had my merchant run back home. Typical naysayer. So yeah, I'm having a little bit of problems here with people not doing what I want them to. And it's not really that surprising when you think about the simple fact that everyone hates me because of the fact that I'm, well, overextended. Once again, I don't really get why I'm having this much amount of trouble. Seriously, I have 4 provinces that aren't, or 5 provinces now that aren't cored, and apparently having 5 provinces that aren't core out of 100 means that you're going to hell, more or less. What I would prefer is actually if it actually took your complete base tax, and if you had more than, let's say, after a certain time, 5 or 10% of that, you would be overextended. But I know it's kind of... Seriously, it's kind of bogus, but that is basically the system that was in EU3, when you think about it. You didn't pay anything to core there, but even so, you couldn't go over a certain amount of provinces or what you already have before you would get in trouble. And that is kind of the system that I want. A system where you have a limit that actually makes sense. But an empire like mine that has been running smoothly for, what now, 200-300 years, and not had a... Well, we have had uprisings, but they haven't actually been uprisings. They've just been annoying little people telling that they want to, well, take more than they should have. It's not really it's not a challenge at all. So yeah, I don't really see how supposedly I'm challenged by this per se. The system itself is not intuitive at all, if you ask me. It's just artificially created in order to slow people down. And I don't like that. It's basically shackles, to some extent. You can't really go too far over overextension, because you'll screw yourself over. Sure, it's ways to handle it, but seriously. The punishment does not fit the crime. Let's just say that. That actually makes, to some extent, sense here. Let's go ahead and create Syria, before I go on a longer rant. But as I said, I kind of want a system there where you're small. You can only take... Well, while you're small, you can use that system. But once you get over like 100 base tax, 100 to 100 base tax, yeah, probably 200. Set it to about 5 or 10%, and lower it as long as you go, so you get a little bit of a gain every now and again. But don't make me don't stick me to the same old base tax for the entire game. That's just going to piss me off more than anything else. And well, it's as I said, it's just annoying. It doesn't really make too much sense. So we did win against the Mamluks. We got Syria at least. What is our next target? Probably Sicily. I'll see what I actually end up at here. So for now, we'll just go ahead and wait for the truce with the Netherlands to run out, and then we'll take Holland. I think that's our plan. I'm a little bit unsure what else I want to do. Probably wait for the core to be constructed, but we'll have to see. Well, apparently I failed to complete a mission. And the reason for that is simple. It doesn't actually check if a vassal of yours holds the province. The only thing it actually checks is whether or not, well, one of the Levante is part of me. It's part of Syria and doesn't like that. Doesn't like that one bit. So that means I'm going to get hurt. Improve relations with Syria, conquer Trebizond. I guess we'll just improve relations with Syria. It's something we'll have to do anyway, so it's not like it doesn't make sense. And let's just improve. So, let us get our armies back home, the ones that are currently stuck in Soda. And let me get my merchant out there too. Don't really want him just sitting on his arse, not doing anything. Collect trade power. Collect trade power. Collect from trade, thank you. So, let us get the core done here so I can, to some extent, get rid of these rebels and live a calm and normal life again. That's the plan. Let's see how it plays out. I'm also going to do an upgrade here to the diplomatic tech, the 3-decker. Level 25 diplomatic tech. Naval morale increased by half a point, naval maintenance by 25%. I can now build 3 decker, the biggest, baddest battleship around, and we are actually going to build 10 of these to add to a, well, more or less battle navy that I'm going to use to, first of all, protect my interests. Second of all, screw over all my enemies. So that should work just fine. I'll probably build more than 10 right now, but that's perfectly fine. Mission complete, improve relations with Syria, form alliance with Morocco, conquer the Rant. Guess we could try to do this again. No idea if actually handing something over to Syria. I don't think it'll cause trouble, which is probably the best thing about this. So, let us once again try to get something done here. I'm going to try and get an alliance up with Auvergne again. I'll actually finally hand over Nevis to them. And as you can see, Bourgogne, Bourbon, and Limousin are actually cores of theirs that I can actually hand over to them later. So they're currently at 8, 11, 21, 24. I think I can actually hand Bury over to them safely and then try to get that vassalization going. They don't really like me that much right now, admittedly. But I think that'll change very quickly. So we're going to most likely befriend them sooner rather than later. And the Knights love me right now for some weird, inexplicable reason. So I'm going to take advantage of that, bring back that diplomat, and start making, to some extent, deals with... yeah, I'll pay 400 points, 800 ducats, I can live with that. So yeah, as I said, we're going to start making moves again on the Auvergne, and see if I can actually get them and annex them. It'll make the map look a little bit prettier and also connect my western and eastern lands. So, it's looking good. We'll probably also go after the Mamluks again as soon as the truces run out. So, we'll have to see how it runs out. But as you can see, 6,000 men was more than enough to actually fight the entirety of North Africa. So, or North Africa, so that should be fine. Let's see, have my truces with Netherlands run out? No, they run out in about 2 years. Do I want to fight someone else in the meantime? I don't really think so. We have the vassals that we want, and I don't really think any of them has anything I can steal. So what we're going to focus on now is getting them annexed. More so than anything else. That is going to be the main goal. So let's see if I can actually pull that off before we try anything else. Finally, Nation, or the core of Alicante, means that we are no longer overextended, which is great. Also, once these two are done, we're going after Milan, I think. Don't really see any reason why we shouldn't. But I want to have them done, so I have at least, as I said, a little bit of flexibility here. Milan is definitely a target, but I don't really know if I want to go after them straight away. I'll have to give it a little bit of time to consider. But for now, I'm going to split up my armies and get everything going. We're also going to invest points into the espionage ideas for that extra diplomat. First of all, we get privateers, embargo efficiency plus 33%. I should probably embargo my rivals to actually have any rivals. Or have I killed them all? England, France, I don't really need England as a rival anymore. I guess we'll rather set Bavaria. And rather than England, we'll set Denmark, I think. I think that should work. So, I got a claim on Picardy, good. We're going to join up this navy here, and join it up with the proper navy. I can either gain legitimacy or prestige. We'll take legitimacy, it's more worth. It takes longer to get, and judging by the fact that we fight a lot, I don't really see any problems with getting the prestige back up. It will probably happen very soon, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, I think we can actually start the annexation right now of Austria. It shouldn't be done. It should really... Well, it really shouldn't be done before 36. So yeah, it won't be done before I actually get Holland. But I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually just hand it straight over, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Just for safety's sake. And I'm also going to see here if I can get another vassal, but Castile, Naples, and the Knights are going to be annexed pretty much ASAP, to be perfectly honest. We're probably going to do the same thing once we get Aragon enough under our belt as well. So, I'll have to see. I'll aim for getting those. 6 diplomats, and then we'll set up a system where we have 6 vassals. We annex them all. Basically, go off these small nations: Lorraine, Aachen, Hainaut, Liege, Gelre, and this will work our way through. I think that is probably what will work out the best. Denmark will be a hell to deal with. I'll probably have to call most of their provinces myself. Potentially that might be the same with Hungary here. Don't really want to, of course, due to the increased coring cost. I might actually go ahead here and try and vassalize Poland. The Teutonic Order could work. There's a lot of potential targets. Moldavia, I don't really think I can vassalize them. They are a little bit too big. 10, 15, I can take one of their provinces, then vassalize them. Russia is going to be, of course, a little bit of a problem. But the funniest thing here is, with the new how the coalitions work now, I have Europe where I'm actually active in coalitions against me. I've never had Denmark. They hate my guts. They hate me a lot. I never had Russia. They also hate me a lot, but they don't really get that much AE. There seems like nations that you really don't really bug, but are basically big enough to annihilate each other, don't really go against you, unless you do something horrible against them, I would presume. Which I, to some extent, like. The fact that these guys band together to protect each other makes sense to me, but Denmark, we've never had any beef with each other. What we really have done is actually help each other by, well, never attacking each other and just hurting everyone around us, or basically those in between. So, yeah, I would say that it makes sense that Denmark hasn't actually joined a coalition against me yet, because we are not actually, well, problems for each other. But I've been babbling a lot this episode, and I do apologize for that, but we've made a little bit of progress. What we'll be doing next time, I guess, is going after potentially Sicily. We'll finish Holland, and then I think we'll actually just finish Holland and start the annexation of all the current vassals, except for Syria. And once we annex the current vassals, we're going to make Syria big. We're going to take enough vassals to go to the limit, more or less. We'll see. That's the plan. We'll see how it actually works out in real life, so to speak. Thank you for watching. Please have a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, really. And I hope to see you around next time. Bye.